I don't know why the camera turned off there. I hope we can put this together. Seeing is ordering. And so when they show you the dessert tray, you're more likely to order from it. If it's not there, then you're okay with it. But you're tempted if you see it, if it's in place for you. Freebies, again, it's hard to say no when your pizza comes with free soda, a basket of garlic rolls, or free cinnamon sticks. Again, these cheaper add-ons than salad, no matter. The customer feels good that they got a bargain. And so would you rather see these calories on your waist, or would you rather waste them? And so that's kind of the issue there. Many forces push us to eat poorly. Always eat mindfully and choose food carefully. So ask yourself this, and let's discuss this in our discussion board. Do you eat with your eyes or your stomach? Most people think they overeat because they're either really hungry or it's really good. And what this is saying is that's not true. There's other forces. See what other forces might do it for you. Another thing that happens in the cafeteria, when you're limited on hours, you tend to think, oh, I have to eat more now because I'm going to be starving later, if I'm going to be up late or something like that. So look at some of these things. Do you think you eat because you're hungry and because it's good, or because it's there, you see it, and it's convenient for you, so you'll just eat it? Hunger is a this is a physiological need for food as opposed to an appetite, which is an emotional desire. What kind of eater are you? Do you eat because you're hungry or because you have this emotional need for it? So here's some homework assignments, and these are just things that we can discuss after you try these. Some of them I think are great, other people don't. So what I do is, I like cheesecake. I like the taste of it. And so I've been to dinners and such where they have cheesecake. And one of the things I've learned, and there's good research to show, is that the number of tastings diminishes your satisfaction. So the point is, I take a piece of the cheesecake and I go, oh my goodness, that is such delicious cheesecake. And then I wait. I put down the fork. I talk. I might even intentionally have some water to clear my palate, kind of. And then I'll have another bite. And I go, that's a good cheesecake. And then I'll clear the palate, wait. And then I take another one. And I go, there's not anything that special about that cheesecake. And it's that first taste. So after 3 bites, our satisfaction goes so much lower. Now, if you enjoy every bite, good for you. Just know whether you can handle the calories or not. But for a lot of us, we don't have the same enjoyment, but because it's there, we're still willing to eat it. So see if this is true for you. So take the 3-bite challenge. Try it with different kinds of dessert. Try it after a meal. Try it without a meal. If you're hungry, this isn't going to do it. You're still going to want food. But see if your satisfaction goes down quite a bit after you've had the 3rd bite. The 7-almond challenge is this idea that it takes a while to register satisfaction and fullness in your brain. And so what I do is I come in after I teach some morning classes, and it's not lunchtime yet, and I'm kind of hungry. So I'll put 7 to 9 almonds on my little board on my desk. And then the rule is, I know I play these little games and I know I'm weird, but I eat them one at a time and I drink some water. And the deal is, after 15 minutes after I finish the last almond, I can have anything I want, but I have to wait 15 minutes. And what I'm really saying is, let that register from my stomach to my brain and see if I'm really hungry. Most of the time, I'm not hungry. When I am hungry, then I eat something. But see if this will do it for you. If you can have something nutritious, and maybe almonds, it depends on if you're reducing calories or not, but see if a snack, and then that you allow yourself 15 minutes. Have an apple. And better yet, have an apple with cheese, and then wait 15 minutes. And if you're hungry, have something else. But most of the time, you're not going to be hungry, even if you can eat something small and then give your stomach time to talk to your brain about it. Ask yourself when you begin eating. Do you begin eating? Do you let yourself get all the way down to empty? Or do you eat before you're totally empty? And then when do you quit? Do you quit after you're full? Is this Thanksgiving? Or are you overeating? And then again, so that's when you finish. When do you start and when do you finish? You don't want to get all the way down to empty, and you don't want to overeat. Dr. Weinsink says our stomach has 3 settings: hungry, stuffed, and, ready for most Americans, I can eat more. Is that how we feel? Or is it satisfaction? Can we get in here and say, oh, I was satisfied. I enjoyed my meal. I'm done. Okay. So what about eating slower? Try one time to have a meal where you just take and you eat like every 2 minutes, every 3 minutes you eat a bite, and see if this is a fun way for you to eat because you enjoyed the flavor of that sandwich or whatever. And maybe this isn't going to work with you with other people, but it could work for you. So the almonds, the slow eating, the 3 bites, all of these challenges are things you can try and then talk about in the discussion. I have another book that I use in my sports nutrition class, and it's Nancy Clark, and she thinks it's really important if you're going to be a healthy eater to try to not snack on one food at a time. So don't just sit down with an apple. Eat with 3 food groups. And so there's 5 groups here, and you're going to get those in the book. But she says if you can eat 3 of them together, so have a protein, a carb, and maybe a little bit of oil with it. So she would like the apple with the cheese idea. I love that. It tastes so good. And so the other is try not to just have carbs by themselves, but to have a little protein or a little bit of fat with it, because that's going to make it a greater hunger satisfaction for you. See if it works for you. So now I'd like you to go to the discussion part and put some questions in there, comment on what other people say, yeah, I'm the same way. So respond to me, respond to the other classmates, and see where you recognize yourself. Let's see if we see any patterns between men, women, or people that grew up sitting down at a table and eating, or people that kind of lived and grew up on fast food, and see if you eat in front of TV and have distracted eatings, or if there's ways to make it where you're more mindful of it. All right, good luck as you try these things, and I hope that benefits your health.